You're tuned in to the Development Tank Podcast with Peter Kelly.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Development Tank. Last week's episode was a hit. We had great interactions. People were in the comments. Anyone who's leaving comments, we are stacking and racking those topics, and we will get to them. Now, what you can expect in this episode, we've got our side insiders. If you know, you know. We are away, so Gavin isn't with us, but I'm going to hold the fort there and give you guys as much information as I can on a particular site that we bought last year, and it's a ripper. And then in coming episodes, we will cover where we're up to in the project. And then our second segment, we've got Project Snapshot with the Little Fish expert. So we've got Marcus, who's come away with us. He's running the project that we spoke about last week. That is 75 Service Street in Hampton. So if you didn't catch that site, last week in our site insiders, we covered it with Gav. Please go back. It's when we bought it, how much we paid for it, the original feasibility, all that sort of stuff. This week, we're going to do our Project Snapshot with Little Fish experts. Super excited for that one. We've got plans. I believe we've got feedback from council. So we're at a great point in the project to dive in, see how it all come together since we bought it. All right, guys, well, let's get into it. I want to get you guys in and out of here as quick as possible with as much value as possible. I don't want you sticking around for no reason. So I want to talk about last week, interest rates stayed on hold. So the RBA come out and said they're staying on hold. Their feedback and their press conference afterwards, it was a bit murky, their messaging and that sort of stuff. And the commentators didn't really know what to take out of it, but they did stay on hold. But the commentators are still saying, the smarties out there are still saying that the next move will be a cut, but we're still waiting on numbers, inflation numbers, all those sorts of things to come out. So watch this space. That's what we've seen there. As far as the sentiment inside our building, the people we're talking to, something I did want to mention and something that we are seeing definitely more leads and more people talking about buying a development site. So, you know, you've got what's written in the newspapers, you've got what's on the news, you've got what the media's saying, and then you've got the way people are acting and the way the marketplace is acting. So I must admit we are seeing more people that think this is the bottom of the market and they feel like they want to buy. An example, speaking to a lady during the week, she's got a development site that she wants to develop, but she said, I don't want to start developing that yet. I actually want to buy another development site and put that away and then focus on the development. And that's a bit of a common theme over the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention that they're the people we are talking to. And that's definitely a different flavour from last year. So that's what the market's doing. Like I said, the sentiment inside our building is the sentiment. So when I'm hearing those things, I want to let you guys know that's what people out there are doing. And that's the way the market is acting. All right, enough of that for now. I want to get into site insiders. If you know, you know. Okay, guys, we're back with site insiders. If you know, you know. Now, this is a development site I wanted to talk to you guys about. We bought it about 18 months ago. It's in Hampton East, and it's just got a lot of the features that in here at Little Fish that we really believe in. It is in build currently, but I wanted to get out the feasibility. Hampton East, which is circa 13 kilometres from the CBD of Melbourne. Hampton East is part of Hampton East. We're about 2.5 kilometres from the bay. And if I zoom in, which is probably the best aspect of this site, it looks out to an amazing reserve, which you see there. You've got Hampton, hop, skip and a jump across Bluff Road there, where prices are well above Hampton East, but it is just a stone's throw. So we are pretty bullish about Hampton East. We are pretty excited about. We have got a couple of different development sites in there. So if I go to the high-res imagery, you'll see that amazing oval over the side there. And you can actually see them getting built. That's how up to date the mighty land checker is. But this is a 2-townhouse site. We estimated at the time of purchasing the site about 2 28 square metre houses, 2 double garages, 4 bedrooms, 2 living and 3 bathrooms. So everything you need, master downstairs and master upstairs as well. Your proper homes, and they will be detached homes, so they will not be attached. So genuine homes and around that 320 square meters each. But as far as, like I said earlier, fundamentally what we look for in these development sites, corner sites are ones that I really like. It does give you that ability to have that standalone dwelling, and both of them will somewhat have an aspect over to this reserve. So I really like that. It's a really quiet part of Hampton East. And like I said, the corner sites do give you a real ability to give the homes their own identity, their own addresses. Often they'll have their own full number convention. You won't have the old 23A, 23B. So for those reasons, yeah, we do really like the corner sites. Now I'll take you over to the feasibility. I know a few of you out there love the feasibility, so keep the comments coming. But here we are with the feasibility. So this has been updated since we did it, since we bought the site, but all numbers are quite similar. Purchase price, stamp duties, design, demolition, marketing, all those sorts of things in your town planning costs there. So that'll include your town planner, your land surveyor, an arborist, drafting, design, all those sorts of aspects, working documentation, engineering, all those sort of things that get you right to the start line of build. This was the build price. That was a build contract that we signed for the project. Some contingency in there. We've got holding costs for the client here. And then you've got your resale prices. And there's been some good comparables in the area to suggest that these are definitely realistic. And the fact that we got two genuine standalone dwellings, two family homes, looking over the reserve, and the specification is quite nice. We've got big windows looking over the reserve, all really nice finishes, all that sort of stuff, which we'll touch on in the project snapshot segment. Stick around for that one and make sure you get to that one, because you'll really appreciate what is going into these units to be able to achieve these prices. But super comfortable there. As you can see, sort of reasonable returns anticipated there for our client. Hopefully by the time these are finished, and these will be finished towards the end of this year, hopefully we've seen a couple of interest rate cuts and the market started to turn, and we're looking pretty good, because I think the market will really be excited about these. So again, guys, make sure you stick around. In a couple of episodes' time, we'll jump into the projects part of it and give you guys an update. But essentially, that's a feasibility, that's a site. And like I said, I wanted to show you guys, because when we look for sites, corners is something that we really look for and really savor. And then I guess important to note also the orientation piece. So north is up the top there. So you've got north coming into these private open spaces there, which is super important. And then obviously the shadowing that your buildings will occur with the shadowing. You don't have neighbours to worry about or anything like that. So again, Hampton East, we're super bullish. And this is a site that we are super excited about because of the corner, because of the reserve, and because of the postcode and the product that we're able to fit on it. So it was a really exciting site I wanted to show you guys. Inside Insiders, if you know, you know. It's definitely one that we jump on. It was on market for only a limited amount of time. When we saw it, we moved pretty quickly, did our due diligence, and we took it off the market really quickly. So if you know what you're looking for, it gives you the ability to act quickly, secure them fast, to not let other purchasers in on something that you're super excited about. So that's that segment done. Site Insiders, if you know, you know. Gavin will be back next week. Hopefully I haven't let the team down with that one, but Gav will be back next week. He's the boss. He's the guru. He'll have sites ready for you guys to consume. All right, guys, with that segment done, let's get into Project Snapshot with Little Fish Experts. We've got Marcus here today. Let's get into it, mate. Marcus, thanks for coming on, mate. One of the experts in the Little Fish Expert team. He is running 75 Service Street, the site that we did talk about last week. So keen to dive into these plans and see what the team's been able to achieve. Thanks for coming on, Marcus.
Thanks for having me, Peter. Looking forward to this.
No worries. No, I'm excited to see what has been or being achieved down there at Service Street, Hampton. Great part of the world. When we buy these sites, you know, we are hopeful and our due diligence is thorough, and we make sure that no stone is left unturned. But until you see it on the plans, you don't exactly know. So it's nice to see that we're progressing, Marcus. So talk us through. So you guys would have given a brief to the designer, and then you would have got your first set of plans back. So talk me through what was a high-level brief, and we can have a look at what the plans look like initially.
Yeah, cool. So, we're blessed with a site that had a great frontage, which we really wanted to take advantage of. So we thought that, some separation between the properties and, make them their own dwelling. We are building townhouses, but, with that width that we can get, we can make these feel like genuine homes.
Love it.
That was just an easy one to start off. Luckily Gav put some money in the FISO for a pool, so we're able to incorporate a pool, which is really nice. And yeah, we've got some big homes here. So I think in the feasibility, we allowed for 2 30 square homes, which is nice and big, which is great.
Yeah, nice. What sizes did we achieve here, Marcus?
I think, so first revision, I think we're currently sitting at 29 and a 30. Sorry, we're at 29 and 29 at the moment, nearing on 30 each. But I think as we'll see, we have gained some space to bring them up to a 29 and a 31.
Yeah, nice. So what would be in the brief for homes like this?
In terms of space, bedrooms,
living zones.
Yep.
What's the guidance that we would have given to the designer?
So I think definitely double garages. Given that we have the width, let's take double garages up. 4 bedrooms, a second living space if needed. We feel like kitchens add a lot of value, so to get a butler's pantry and a big kitchen is super important. And given we are building big spaces and lots of homes do need studies now, with more people working at home, a dedicated study space is also something that if we have the space for, we like to squeeze one of them in as well.
Yeah, amazing. Now it looks like the designers hit the brief, and there's a lot here that's been achieved. Now this being the first iteration, can you talk us through maybe the areas that we did send the designer back to the drawing board on?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So, we think for this first round, we got everything we sort of asked for. Now it's just about to dial it in. So, the flow that we thought between, the bedroom, walk-in robe and ensuite wasn't quite there. The study, I'm looking in Unit 1, but, the study just felt a bit off to start, as well as, the kitchen. I think the kitchen layout and the laundry is good. But, over here in Unit 2, the laundry fell off again, study fell off. So as you'll see, we did make some changes. And again, in the master bedroom and to, optimise that walk-in robe and ensuite space, just to make them really feel luxurious and spacious.
Yeah, amazing. That's the thing. The designers definitely has ticked all the boxes, but as far as exactly what you said, dialing it in, making sure the spaces work and making sure they're optimised. I think that's the main word, is optimisation. I think it's very easy to go tick, 4 bed, 3 bath, 2 living, double garage. All right, Marcus, let's go to the next set of plans and changes that we got back from the designer.
Yeah, so you'll see in Unit 1, we actually did go down to a single car garage, which we felt would just make our entryways gain more presence. They were a bit like bowling alleys, long and narrow. So yeah, we've gained a nice entry space and also rejigged the bedroom 4 with the walk-in robe and ensuite, and just optimised like we said. And also we've taken the studies out of the ground floor and actually put them upstairs, and that's gained a lot of important space to our kitchen and living and meals area, which obviously we know is important. People love space and size. There was a bit more rejigging in the Unit 2 kitchen and pantry just to make that area nice. And yeah, we've added another pool in, which is cool.
I can see a pool snuck in there, mate. That's nice. But yeah, I think, spot on. Your entries, for high-end properties like this, they need to be somewhat grand. Looks like your masters have sort of filled out a bit, which is money. That's exciting. Very likely that maybe downsizer picks up one of these. So downstairs masters are important, and exactly what you alluded to, the living, meals and kitchen, that's the gold. And we've got the north facing rears, so the natural light coming into those areas will be awesome.
Absolutely.
I think one thing that a couple of our amazing community will probably pick us up on, going to the single garage, I guess, how did we weigh that up as far as, from a resale point of view? How much does that does that affect us? Was that in the calculations?
In terms of resales, yeah, look, we obviously present the floor plans to the whole team when they come in. We have real estate experience in there. We have a lot of project team experience, and as well as architecture experience. And we evaluated, is it going to make or break? We've still got Unit 2, which has everything. It's still got.
I love that. You've been able to offer, hey, here's a double garage, here's a single garage, but then put that extra space into masters, living, meals, kitchens, and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So no, I think definitely a good call. If you take us upstairs, what have we done up there?
So upstairs, our masters are epic.
They're big.
Yeah, so we floated the idea of having the masters at the rear, which would have north-facing light.
Yes.
But obviously we had to retain this big tree in the front yard. So we didn't have any overlooking issues. Obviously, you can get some nice big windows in your facade.
Yeah.
And obviously that helps to your master bedroom, because that's a winning piece and something that we want to create a lot of value with.
Yeah, spot on. I think that's a great point, because often the rear of these dwellings, just because of their close proximity to other private open spaces and other habitable windows in that immediate area, you end up with screens and maybe frosted glass and all this sort of stuff. So to be out the front and be able to have that clear aspect out to a beautiful service street, you retain the tree. Yeah, it is a nice aspect for the master, even though it is south facing. Less worried about that direct sunlight and more worried about having nice sheer curtains looking out to, these nice front yards.
Yeah, absolutely. We really like what we've done with we've created an entranceway into these master bedrooms as well. So you're not just walking into a big room. You're going to walk through some nice, you've got a nice curve here. You'll have some nice joinery. And I mean, these retreat spaces are massive, and you've got a study as well. So
I love the way you guys have been able to go right half height wall in your stairs and even an open study nook. For me, standing in the middle of that retreat with windows all around, that's a massive piece of space in the middle there, rather than having full walls and full height, I guess, obstacles in your space. I love the way you guys have been able to create that massive open space with heaps of natural light.
Yeah, look, we don't like to dictate spaces as well. So, it says study nook here on the plans, but I think in the next set of plans, you'll see that this wall goes to a half height. We don't like to restrict people to those spaces. If there's a desk there, if there's not, we'll let the end user make that decision.
Yeah, love it, mate. Now let's go to the set of plans that ultimately got submitted to council.
Before you go there,
yes,
we had our first revision.
Sorry,
of the
mate,
facade.
I'm jumping the gun. Talk to me.
So. We were after a modern facade here in Hampton on the lovely service street, and this was our first. We gave the designer some brief, modern flat roof, and create some differentiation between the two with the colour differences here.
Okay, I like it, mate. I like it.
So pretty basic for now, but yeah, we'll get on to what was submitted to council.
Okay, here you go. So instantly I can see a lot more detail on the drawings. We're talking water tanks, we've got bins, we've got hot water services, we've got washing lines, we've got driveways, we've got permeable ground, non-permeable grounds, we've got deckings.
Sheds.
So much more detail in this final set.
Yeah, absolutely. Council obviously asked for a lot of these things, so we want to put as much detail as possible in our first set, so that when we do eventually get an RFI back, they're not asking for all the basics. We want our submission as strong as possible. Yeah,
nice. Love it, mate. So the final set, like these plans look pretty similar. There might have been a couple of tweaks, but not too different.
Yeah, for the most part, I think there might have been some minor changes, which is to be expected. But yeah, for the most part, we're really happy with that second revision. Now it's just about putting the detail on and getting it right. So. As I mentioned earlier, so that walk-in Unit 1, that's where it is now. So, we've changed it, moved that door, so you've got a nice curved wall in there. Just a really big, nice space now. Like I said, that half-height wall in the study nook.
Yeah, they're nice open spaces, light-filled spaces. Yeah, fantastic. Yep. No, this is great, and I think it'll be pretty well received from council. What did our facades end up looking like?
So Facade is pretty schmick. Nice big windows in the master bedrooms.
Yeah, I love that.
Lots of concrete render, lots of black battens, and it just looks neat and smart. We noticed that, so you'll see in this, obviously the tree looks smack bang in the middle. We couldn't avoid that. But yeah, that's an epic looking tree, and we didn't want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But if we head down here, so you'll see we have a flat roof design, but it's actually a pitched at the back, and that is because of the streetscape. We spoke to the town planner, and that was something that would really help our submission by incorporating a pitched roof. There's not many flat roofs on the street or in the area, so that was something that we had to incorporate.
Yep.
But as you see, lots of concrete render, which we think is pretty hot. And yeah, the black, we think it's a winning facade.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good from here. That render you guys have got there. So I guess final update. Where's the project up to? It's been submitted. I understand. Has there been any feedback to this point?
Yeah. So we actually council came back to us in about 3 to 4 weeks with an RFI. And yeah, we've just started to come back and get some clarifications with our with Song Bowden, our town planner.
Yeah.
Just to get clarifications on A, B, and C on what they've brought up before we start to go back to our designer with some key points to change and get back into council nice and quickly. From
an overview point of view, are we pretty good? Are council pretty accommodating with it?
Yeah, I think it is. Council are pretty happy. We have some indication from town planner that the neighbours might not be as happy once we get to advertising stage, so we'll see how we go once the board gets put up. But yeah, for the most part, I think council are supportive for now, which is good.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks for the insights, Marcus, and good to see the project up and running. I think it looks really good, really sharp. The spaces are really good. I think it'll be really well received by the market. Well done, mate. Keep it up.
Cool. Thanks, PK.
All right, guys, that's it for the project snapshot with the Little Fish experts this week. Please stick around. Next week, we've got Claire coming in. She's head of project, so she's going to bring a lot of value to this podcast as well. We will be dropping on Thursdays. I know we alluded to the fact we may be dropping on Tuesdays, but we think Thursday's a better day, so make sure you stick around with that. We'll have Gav back for Site Insiders. We'll have project snapshots. We'll have Claire coming in. Heaps of value, ton of value. Make sure you're in the comments. Please comment. Drop some topics that you want us to hit up. We are tracking them all and we will get to all of them. So please keep following along. Like, share, subscribe. Love it, guys. Happy developing.